8-year-old Michael Garza isn't overweight, but he says his second grade reading teacher thinks he could lose a few pounds.
She calls me fat.
Michael's reading teacher is Savanya DePlond Haston. In a meeting, Michael's parents say she denied calling the 8-year-old fat.
He says that you called him fat, so why is he telling me that?
She said, I'm an adult. I will never call your child that. Yeah. And that was the end of that.
But it wasn't. Michael's parents say their son then told them how the reading teacher would make him and other students do push-ups and squatting exercises as punishment.
I need to know for myself what's going on.
The same day they complained to the principal about the teacher's alleged form of discipline, the couple says they took matters into their own hands.
We sent them to school with the tape recorder or something recording all day long, and we'll see what she really is saying to him and what he is really doing in classes.
And boy, did they get an earful.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It was just, for an educator, as she says, to be talking to 8-year-old, 7-year-old kids that way is just unacceptable.
Listen to what the reading teacher says to Michael after he calls her ma'am.
Not your man. But if I told you and you were my slave, you would be beat down.
Here's an adult telling my child, no, you cannot call me ma'am. A form of respect is just, I don't understand what was the purpose of that and why she would do something to or say something like that to an 8-year-old child.
The teacher had apparently been told that day Michael's parents and at least 2 other parents had complained to the principal about her. On the tape, you hear her accusing the complaining parents of lying and violating her civil rights.
I have rights too. So when you lie on me, right? I have a right to an attorney. I have a right to file charges against you and your family. I have the right to take them straight up to the top of the grand jury and to the federal government and file charges against your parents and garnish you whatever races are in their houses. That's the law.
Now remember, she's talking to children in the 2nd grade.
We're trying to scare them into believing something that's clearly not true. And even still, why would you even try to put that in an 8-year-old's mind when they're supposed to be learning?
Mrs. Haston has no problem telling little Michael Garza how she feels about him.
Why would you lie? Because you don't like him? I don't like you.
Telling them that she doesn't like him, I just don't see how somebody can say that to an 8-year-old child.
Jessica Garza says she played portions of the tape to Sandra Gall, the principal at Deschamps Elementary. She says the first part she played was when Mrs. Haston told Michael, quote, "If I owned you and you were my slave, I would beat you down."
And I played that part for her, and she was shaking listening to the recorder, and she told me, "You got her."
But the Garzas say the only discipline they were told about for Mrs. Haston was a written reprimand.
I asked the principal, is this what she's supposed to be teaching the children? She said no.
After we contacted the teacher and the principal, an HISD spokesperson stepped in. She told us the principal couldn't decipher what was on the tape. So we gave the principal and the spokesperson a copy of the tape after we had enhanced it by removing some of the background noise. Then the principal sent us this prepared statement. After listening to a more audible, though still hard to decipher version of the recording, I immediately removed the teacher from the classroom and reassigned her while the investigative process continues forward. There appears to be comments on the tape allegedly made by the teacher that were unacceptable. We await the results of the investigation.
You're violating my civil rights as a human being because I am the only minority in this school.
Mrs. Haston didn't respond to our request seeking her comment.
And I just don't think that she should be allowed to be teaching these children.
After listening to the tape over and over again, the Garzas say they still keep wondering the same thing. What was the lesson the children were supposed to learn?